The grass is green.
Okay, let's do this.
Awesome. All right, we're live.
You are?
We are. Yeah, we are.
Next week.
Yeah, we are.
Oh. Hi.
Hello, liveness.
Hi, liveness.
Yeah, we decided to go ahead with the show early today. It's only 4:03.
What? What the?
There's Melissa.
Hi-ho.
Welcome to the show. It's another Wednesday here in Vancouver. I'm Marijuana Man, and this is From Under the Seed Desk. Here live on Pot TV. Thanks for joining in. We're here on the second floor of Marc Emery's Cannabis Culture headquarters, joined by Al the Alchemist.
Hey, what's happening? Hey, look. Jared pulled up the idle cheddar.
That's Al down on the end.
I'm going to get you a bigger one.
And
You never have too much cheddar.
We're honored, as always, to have the Kush Queen in between.
Hola, hola. Good to
Hola.
be here.
¿Cómo estás?
We're thrilled to have you. How have you guys been all week?
Hungry.
Hungry, Al.
Busy.
Fucking hungry. I've
I've
been
been
hungry
fucking
all
busy.
week. This
Al's
is
been,
this is my last day
The last of the
7
fast.
days of drinking only juice. I had a little bit of a sweet potato the other night, and yesterday I had just a little tiny bit of solid foods. Today's my last day. Tomorrow I'll go on soup and shit, and then back on meals. Yeah. Not that anybody
What
cares.
was the purpose of it?
Yeah.
But just to cleanse.
It was to cleanse your body.
Every
or
now and then,
whatever. Yeah.
I like to do it.
I do it.
Cool.
No, I did the nectar cleanse.
I do it every day. I cleanse till 7 o'clock at night, and then gorge.
I used to only do it for like. Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that.
I don't eat any food till 7 o'clock, and then it's time to eat.
Actually, I'm not pretty far off of that.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I live off caffeine until a certain amount of time. Then I eat.
Yeah, so we got Jeremiah here helping us at the helm too. I don't know if we got a camera on you.
I don't care.
Oh yeah, we do, and but not much of a microphone.
No.
That little one, I can plug it in.
We can. All right. We'll see if we can't get his voice up and running. And we got friends in the house
Jeremiah
too.
in his house.
So yeah, what the hell?
Known in the
Thanks
disco
everybody
circles
for
as Mr.
diving in
Mizzle.
on the chat too.
very
We got a bunch of people's names I recognize. Green Supreme's there. 28 dabs later.
How did your appointments go last week?
Phil Bowles. Yeah.
Good.
The results back yet?
You did it.
I was appointed.
The new ball gag fits and stuff.
Yes, I had an appointment with the big fat bong toke.
And he had a custom latex fitting as well.
Definitely. Oh, they're doing a mold of my entire.
I
body.
don't.
A mold of my entire body.
It's like, yeah, you guys don't really want to know. It's gonna be cool when it's done, though.
No, you don't want mold. You don't want mold on your body.
Life
Just-
size.
A life-size
You can get
doll
your
of
own
Jer.
That's right.
That's really creepy.
Well, we'll have to look in on that at
I
a
just
later
thought about
date.
that, like waking up and looking in the corner of my room and there's Jer, but not really Jer, but Jer. Like, you know, it's just kind of creepy.
You know you want that for sure. Who doesn't?
We've seen that
I love
actually
it.
many times. Is that? So yeah.
I was gonna wear my kitty stockings.
Welcome to the jungle. I hope
But then I
everybody's
just kept putting it out
doing
there.
good out there
Tuck
in the
up your-
world, and got something decent
They're
to
really
smoke.
fucking cool though, man.
I'm puffing on some Candy Kush. You got nothing.
I'm
What the heck is
sharing.
this? Okay.
I was just puffing a second ago. There we go. I'm puffing.
Got jars of weed over there in Alville. Some dandy things, as I recall, from the
We've
many
got,
days that I've had a
We've got
chance.
the Dandy Haze, the Dandy Kush, the Critical Dandy, the Yankee Doodle Dandy, and Dandy O.
I love
Nice.
the Yankee Doodle Dandy,
Nice.
by the way.
The fentanyl.
That's what he's gonna
dandy.
roll right now.
We've got the fentanyl. This is like
Fenties.
Fenty.
we got some Fenty blunts coming up.
So just before we went to air,
This was fucking off. No, I'm good on that.
the local media came in, CTV News, and interviewed us about
It's on now.
one of the stories out there in the news
Why are you
world
broken?
here is that the liquor board wants in on the marijuana action. So they were here asking us about that, and the one guy asked about, well, you know, don't you think the liquor board's in a better position for safety in case somebody sprays fentanyl on the weed?
It's like, dude. Okay, wait a minute.
And then the journalist himself knew right away, of course, that was just a fucking crazy asinine statement to make. He knew that, but this is the way they are, right? They just say outrageous, crazy things, these journalists. It leaves you dumbfounded most of the time because they don't know a damn thing about marijuana. They haven't taken a look to find out anything about it before blathering about. And that'll be the question that they'll use, too, is the one that has fentanyl in it. You can bet that's what'll hit the news.
To me, that's an irresponsible question.
Like, really?
You know, like, and I asked him afterwards, has he ever heard of anybody who's
A little bit of a loaded question.
Yeah, has there ever been any evidence of any pot ever anywhere being laced with fentanyl? And he's like, no, probably not. I haven't heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Can you even spray fentanyl?
Yeah,
He spray.
Just proves to show that they just say what they're told.
I can't wait to hear what they use. They'll just use fentanyl. Fentanyl sprayed
It's
on
like,
marijuana.
I just want to meet the fucking guy who has that business plan that he's gonna fucking buy a bunch of fentanyl to spray on his weed.
On the weed, yeah.
By the way, Al, your comment about that was
Yeah, that
perfect.
was
It's like
Nobody does that. It's ridiculous.
It's like, dude.
You're not going to waste a bunch of money.
So, yeah, on and on it goes. There, of course, the world continues to scramble about legalizing marijuana. But before we get into all of that, here's a new book that's just hit the presses. And I don't...
What is it? Marijuana,
This is,
man. What is it?
Dana Larson's new book that just hit the store yesterday. It's called Cannabis in Canada, The Illustrated History. And if our wonderful royal if our royal model can maybe open it up and show how illustrated... to show just how illustrated each and every page is. It's a magnificent piece of work. Patrick Bowers, is that his name, the artist? Is it Bowers? Stunning stuff. Like, the amount of work that's gone into this boggles the mind. Oh my God, there's like 135 pages of this stuff. And very, very in-depth coverage. And if you could go to like, I don't know, page 82, it has maybe around 82.
Look at that. They got a page 82.
No.
Page 80.
No, I don't know.
Oh, there we go.
I'm in there a few
There's
times.
Dawn and Carol
Well, that must be before that.
with the kind.
But yeah, I'm honored to be in there a few places for one thing or another.
King a big part of that? I think you missed out on that one, Dana.
I don't know if he's in and around there or not. But yeah, it's fantastic, and that's available now in the world. Dana couldn't. I said, Dana, do you want to be on the show? He said, no. So, no. He was off. He's off to Toronto today. So
Nah.
No, I don't.
and he came flying through here this morning in a frenzy. Was the word that he used. Something.
Yeah.
But oh no, he'd forbid me to have it on the show. But the fuck him though. Eh?
I'm just kidding.
No.
It looks
I'm,
like very good
And $10 is the retail on this. You can buy this for $10.
Big ups on
No
Pasta
shit.
Who did the illustration though?
It's really only
Very
$10.
well done. I don't know if you can hear me.
So
Big
yeah,
ups to
check
Patrick.
that out. You can probably get it
That's some pretty
online
killer,
at
pretty
cannabisculture.com.
killer artwork.
And you can certainly get it in the stores here. Google
I
it,
don't think I have anything from him.
and maybe you can get it everywhere else too, probably from Dana. So pretty excited about that. And yeah, I'm thrilled to be a cartoon.
Well, I want to find Marijuana Man so I can show you guys.
There I am there
No,
in
it's
1980,
not. Oh, give me a break.
1860.
Pre-Kennedy era.
No, page 82.
You've never, ever wore a shirt like that. I don't think you've ever.
Oh no,
owned
he used
a
to all
shirt
the
like
time in the 1800s.
No,
No.
he dressed like this back then.
You don't even do you know about some
Oh, I
of
forgot
he was a Quaker for a while
I was
too.
a Quaker for a long
Yeah,
time.
he was a Quaker for a little while.
But can I have the joint?
His hat just shrunk.
Yeah, when
Quaker oats.
when I got my lung full,
I don't even like Quaker oats.
trying to take the joint mid hoop.
Picture.
I don't know about that. Oh, you just want it for the picture.
Here, I'll find me.
There you go. Thanks.
It's all about the picture. I got a bunch.
I'll do it. No,
This is some other arrests. This is the early arrests at Hemp BC.
There you are.
Hey, look.
Yeah, that actually looks like me.
There's Marijuana Man. Can you see him?
Yeah, that turned out really good.
There he is.
Michelle's there and David
Let's see.
Malmo Levine, and there's a number of pictures of Malmo. He's been around a long time, and he's changed a lot. And the artist, he really captured David throughout the years. And on one page, it was David before prison, going to prison, and when he came out, and he gained quite a bit of girth in prison, and he captured that beautifully. I thought it was wonderful. But oh yeah, so much history and fun, and I think you could color it if you wanted. Color it any way you want.
Yeah.
So yeah, congratulations, Dana. He's on his way to Toronto for one thing or another. Marc and Jody have been languishing, of course, in Chile for the past week.
Yeah.
Down there for a-
down there. It looks like.
Is that a Grow Expo that was
Yeah.
happening there?
Yeah.
So can't.
Is it Expo Bro Chile? I'm not sure.
Yeah, can't remember.
I'm
now.
not sure what network it is that puts it on.
Something going on there, and then they're off to Toronto for some stuff too. So keep up with all the news about them on their Tweetery and however else you do that, Instagram. So, oh yeah, fun. It's really cool. I'm blown away by this effort of Dana's. Like, it is a tremendous work of
This looks like Taylor.
amazing stuff.
Is that Taylor?
Vapor Lounge? No, that's Toronto. I don't know. You'd have to read it.
lot like
But
Taylor.
yeah, all our friends are in there, a lot of them, and people over the years. So check it out.
We've got a naked
I didn't hear
watermelon
you.
in here.
Oh, yeah. There's nudity, too. There's
Still
cartoon
There's nudity.
I still didn't hear you. Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. Here's one of the
I don't understand.
big stories there. A fun story that was gone around in Canada this week. There was a judge in Quebec. He was overseeing a case of a guy who had 30 cannabis plants, and the Crown was asking for a 90-day prison and a $250 fine, and the judge fined him $1.30.
Yep. And said it was absurd.
Charged him $1.30 surcharge.
That's progressive.
Queen's got to get her cut, right?
That's right.
But no, he said some wonderful things, actually. He that his name is Pierre Chevalier, and he said that in the light of the fact that half of Canadians have used pot, and not only for medicinal use, it was a safe bet that many of the lawyers, judges, and court officials in the court system had already used marijuana themselves without legal consequences. So he reasoned that the accused, Mario, who actually was suffering some physical problems because of a car accident and then tried unsuccessfully to get access to Health Canada medical marijuana. And so the judge said that it was, he said if the accused had met with a responsible doctor, he would probably now have his prescription and would not be in front of this tribunal. The gentleman is caught up in a completely mixed up system that does not allow access to a natural medicine going back centuries or millennia. This is what this judge said. Now, he said, I think that society is becoming less naive on the subject, or at least the politicians are. He said, now we've got one, presumably Justin Trudeau, with a responsible attitude, he said, who isn't afraid to go in that direction. We've been stagnating in Canada because the political people probably weren't ready for this, for the laws to evolve. Irresponsible politicians have simply let these things rot because they thought it would lose them votes. This could come back to haunt these irresponsible politicians. I would like to think. And bravo, Judge.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Yep.
Right.
Mr. Chevalier,
Yeah.
I say thumbs up to you.
Pierre Chevalier.
It's quite a noble name.
In Gatineau.
Quite.
You
yeah.
can't expect him to do anything other than something noble. A name like that.
Happy 420.
For Twizzle.
Yay! Come join us, Jer. Come join me for 420.
But he,
You got one yourself.
Pierre actually went on to say that the laws are antiquated and ridiculous.
Okay.
What?
He said the laws are antiquated and ridiculous. He said we're living in a society where we can accuse people of consumption and possession of marijuana, even though at least half of the population has already done it themselves. So we've overgrown them. All right, that's what has been the point of our exercise the whole time.
Oh, it's
actually,
totally true.
is to get that many people involved. So, good on him to do that. Now, they're still busting people in Canada. The RCMP certainly is. I haven't heard of anybody else other than the RCMP busting anybody. But Seashelt and in Nanaimo, they've had some problems. So. Saskatoon, yeah, a week or so ago. But I don't know what's going on there. That's just the cops whimpering, I think. They want to stay in the news to...
Why did they raid those dispensaries? I don't understand.
because it's illegal. Right? No, they're
Like
just...
more have been raided since
I don't really
the
know.
election just happened, though.
Well, that's
really
for
fucked
sure.
up. That's backwards. That
So I
ain't
don't know
right,
what's
Trudeau.
going on.
That ain't Trudeau. I don't like that.
Well, it's difficult for the federal government to come out, actually, and say that they want the police to stand down on marijuana till they get it all figured out. That would be kind of pretty much mayhem going on out there, I would have to think. Right? So you can't do that. So they're not going to. What is it that you want to interrupt me with? Well, you did interrupt, though.
It's not
Well,
a
whether or
question
not
and
you're
answer
trying
show.
to.
We're filming, actually. Yeah.
I don't know. But, so, what is it that you want to ask, brother?
Good question.
Well,
So far, none.
Nothing so
none.
far.
They really haven't had time to make any difference, really. They haven't even...
I was going to say the switch
Set
hasn't actually
Parliament.
technically happened yet, has it?
So, of course,
Yeah.
of course, in this world
That's the fucking shitty part.
of course, in this world of Snapchat and fucking seeing things for 15 seconds at a time, everybody wants an answer to legalization right fucking now. And this is the fault of the media, right? They've run to this story by demanding that we get every detail about this shit right now, because they want to move on to the next story, right? The next story, right? So they don't even care. As they demonstrated here before the show, they don't fucking know nothing. They're just walking around with a microphone and a camera, going do.
What do you feel about that marijuana, man?
Yeah, let's make something up and ask you about that. What do you think about somebody sprayed fucking spaghetti sauce on?
I say, eat it up. I love spaghetti, though.
So,
I do.
a great deal of nonsense out there, of course, still. But, of course, though, I don't know. We'll see. I'm tired of speculating on how they're going to legalize marijuana. Let's fucking wait till we hear something, and then we'll go from there, right? There's always a rumor. There's 1,000
There's a rumor that it's coming at 420.
Yeah, but then
That's just
I
people
can't
talking.
imagine.
Hey, we're at 420. It's what's
You
gonna
kn-
happen.
who
Sounds
knows?
nice, though.
It does. It's very.
It sounds
I think
nice.
that
Yeah, it would be
that
awesome.
Guess
wonderful.
what? If that actually happens,
But
wow.
here's
I
what
don't
they
know.
got to
I'll give
do
y'all a blowjob or
first.
something, 'cause guess what? It ain't
You
gonna
can't
happen.
you can't legalize marijuana until you stop prohibition,
Janice, you're like, we're holding you to that.
right? You've got to end prohibition before you can legalize marijuana.
Well, at least
Like,
the
come
prohibition
on.
on marijuana.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
And that would include, in my mind, releasing all the people from jail, erasing all of the criminal records, and looking at every child custody case there's ever been around it before one dime exchanges hands with legal marijuana in this country. Give me a fucking break. Story after story after story I read out there now does not include that as a step to legalization. They're all demanding to know every detail about how this is going to go, and not one of them has asked, is that going to happen? It's all about the billions. They keep saying the billions, the billions. Who's going to do it? Who's going to get it? Who's going to... You go, what the fuck? Like,
Trudeau
really?
did mention himself, though, that he will be releasing people who are arrested for marijuana. He
Yeah.
said that the previous convictions should be overturned.
To get elected.
So,
He said that before he was elected.
To get elected.
we still need to continue...
He has not done anything since
We
then.
need to
do that.
continue to lobby for that to take place, and the extenuating things too. Like, I don't know about the forfeitures of fucking billions of dollars worth of things over this. Come on. I'm not sure that can be repaid, but wow. There's some bad things have been done in the name of prohibition. But 13 years ago, our very government said prohibition was more harmful than marijuana. And yet they let it go for 13 more years. You go, wow, really? So
They had to do a long-term study.
So in Ontario, they had that deal where they just said marijuana, you can smoke it anywhere, right? That's the way it was for a day in Ontario.
Yeah.
And it was an interesting exercise, I thought, in that
Tastes like
what they
broke
did was they separated marijuana at least from all their other smoking laws in Ontario.
Yeah,
They
I
said,
like,
hey, this is not tobacco,
I
this
like
is
that
not
they acknowledge that there
e-cigarettes.
should be a separation of it.
That's right. And that they acknowledge that people who need it and use it have rights. And we would like to be considerate of their needs and use. So they said, okay, you can smoke it anywhere. So, and understandably so, there was some backlash,
Instantly there was backlash.
right? But,
So much so that the next day it was a different statement.
yes, but all they ever said is that we need to go back to the drawing board, right? But the drawing board has been set to that standard
That's
now.
true.
And I like that. That's a really good way to do it. And I'd like to see it done always that way, where they take it off the books, They fucking wait for a minute before all the mayhem starts and then fucking put it back on and say, okay, here's a good place to start.
And it should
Right,
be
and
scheduled differently than
instead
tobacco
of
because it's
thinking-
not the same as tobacco.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the same negative side effects to the secondhand smoke. There's all sorts of things that's just, it's not as bad as tobacco.
I thought that was a really...
I say let the
Yeah.
kids smoke.
Yeah,
The kids
I
wanna
don't
smoke,
think
let
we
them
need to
smoke.
sort out how to administer it to kids yet.
It shouldn't
I'd
just
like
be
to
limited
not
to
go
us. I
to
agree.
jail
What about
first.
the children? Let them have a hoop.
Nah, they're using the youth. They're totally just right. That's the only thing they got as the youth.
See,
The youths. So that'll all fade away here. And the people who are crying about the youth are all the people who are making fucking money doing the research on youth. Every single one of them. They are absolutely addicted to the money they get from prohibition.
yeah.
And they're losing grip here, and all they got left is the youth. Right?
Well, they got the pets too.
So they'll scare you. That's fucked up to take advantage of your children and the children of the world for their own financial fucking needs and go, oh no, it might be dangerous. There's no evidence of it. There's no child sick, bad, in the hospital, in the doctors, ever in my whole life exposed to me to have been harmed by marijuana. Not one. It's not like I'm fucking making this shit up. If Timmy had been hurt, Timmy's face would be all over every fucking milk carton in the world telling you this is what happens to you if you smoke marijuana. And there isn't one. So there never has been, and there isn't. I know there isn't. So, the youth. I suppose someday that'll come to light, but here you are depriving the youth of a fucking good thing that they probably should have. I don't know. It's hard to say. It'd be best in the world if a kid had nothing extra, but how the fuck are you going to do that? From your breast to Gerber's? Come on. Like, really?
I know plenty of parents that that have kids who excel, like excel in school, and it's because they let their kids smoke weed before they study. They let their kids smoke weed before they go to school, and these kids are like, they're advancing.
Oh yeah.
So if cannabis is introduced in the right, the kids are allowed to be free within their confines of their studies, they're going to excel in their studies.
Oh, absolutely. Like, it's not a harmful substance. That's the thing, right? But they're still wanting to cling on to the notion, if you will.
Vulcans, Klingons, there's no difference. They all need to smoke weed.
So, here's how they
Problem
should...
is they all want to smoke Romulan.
Yeah.
And those fuckers are all cruising around on their bird of prey just trying to get away.
It's hilarious. Maybe Professor Ziggy's in the chat today with us.
I'd like to smoke some Romulan, Professor Ziggy. Even if you're not in the chat, chances are you're going to tune in to watch the show later. I'd like to smoke some Romulan. You should just come with some Romulan one day and just visit us. We don't have to film it. We
Pete
can just get high.
2.0's in the house.
What's
So,
up, Mr. 2.0?
here's a stupid
You're late.
thing.
2.0.
This is what Mr. 2.0 just responded.
That was really
I'm
good.
not sure if anything,
really good
I'm
reenactment.
not
I
sure
really
if there
liked
was any
that.
words that came out, but it was like I got what he was saying.
Yeah, I knew exactly what was going on there. So, here's one of the stories out there today, too, that legal marijuana in Canada should be delivered by courier. Now, this was uttered by the knucklehead that runs Tweed. Hey? Really?
Canopy
So
Corp.
over him.
He says a delivery by courier model would be a good first step as the new Liberal government looks to allow recreational access to the drug.
I don't know. I heard of some guys in the hood that are using drones.
Oh, that's how it's done.
Now, this guy, I don't know. He's a fucking
Just
Bump canoe.
pigeons. We got pigeons. We got owls.
Seriously, man. Owls cost a little more.
Well,
but,
owls carry
you know,
a little
we've
more.
got yeah, true.
But here's what he
It's by
says.
weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
all
know?
right.
This is,
You want an
Got
ounce?
it all
We send
figured
you a
out.
pigeon.
This is,
You know?
this guy's
The
Bruce
owls are
Linton
for a little bit more.
is the name of this guy. He's the head of that Canopy Growth Corp. Bruce. He says,
Almighty.
he says, I think there may be an interim opportunity for distribution to happen quickly to show a milestone of achieving things, because milestones in politics seem to be important. This is
Yeah.
what he
He
said.
just wants to make it into the book
He
of
wants it to be
history.
like a Guinness World
He
Book
wants, like,
thing. You know, the first guy to
Fucking loser. You're a
deliver
fucking
weed by
loser.
courier. What a fucking dork, right?
Seriously.
But you notice,
Please leave this to the people
just
who really care.
you
about
notice
this
the words that
industry.
he
Fuck
chose.
Right off.
He didn't say milestones in business. Milestones in politics.
Yeah, that's right.
He wasn't talking as a businessman. He was talking as a politician.
Yeah.
Which he kind of is, right? He is actually.
Yeah, it's
So
advocating that marijuana be delivered by courier right away. From where? Where do you think?
they
lost
fucking
connection.
shut us up.
Huh?
Perfect streaming.
All we got is
Can you
chat.
see us now? Hi. It says lonely, lonely.
I
Green
can see
Supreme,
us.
so lonely.
Perfect streaming. But like really? They think that that
Broad band of nerve
Bruce
fibers joining the
Linton
two hemispheres
from
of the
Tweed.
brain, right?
That's
all
what
it was.
happened. It was a glitch. It was a glitch in the broadband of
of nerve fibers joining the
fibers.
two hemispheres of the brain.
Yes.
so
Yeah.
Bruce.
That's what happened.
That's what it was. Whatever.
Now, I bet
Don't judge.
if you looked a little deeper into that story and wait for just about 20 minutes, you'll find out that Bruce and those people are involved in some courier fucking business where they know somebody who is.
Yeah.
Right? He's actively
Add
pursuing
a
that,
couple
he
more
said.
loser drivers to the
He-
vote. Or
he added
bikers.
He added an extra
Not
actively.
speaking for everyone, but
We're
most.
actively pursuing this, he said. You go, really?
Not passively actively
No,
pursuing.
we're actively advocating
Which is kinda
that
like,
kind of first
Yeah,
step.
man, I'm fucking pursuing it, bro. Don't even worry about it. We're pursuing. That's passively actively pursuing.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're on it now.
And I'm guessing to a large degree the government is actively laughing at him. Because this makes no sense whatsoever and would add huge amounts of money to the cost of marijuana. Now, I talked to my friend who has a fairly good-sized marijuana factory that, on a semi-industrial scale, and tells me that he's able to produce his marijuana for $2 a gram. Huh. So,
Yeah.
that was
You're-
interesting. And
That's yielding 20 ounces or better on a 1,000 watts thing.
And that's the best top marijuana in the world. Goes inside my rolling paper. So, no, we'll see. I'm not going to speculate. I never fill in blanks too well. Most people don't, right? Everybody's trying to fill in blanks of how things are going, and that's all based on my bias of how I would like it to go. But I think I'll let them...
I have no toast, but I imagine that will be me after I have some butter.
There you go. Don't you feel like a slab of butter?
Now,
Slapjacks.
I don't know. Here's a weird story that I came across, Jer. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Marijuana businesses have been banned in over
we go.
half of the state of Oregon. Marijuana business banned by counties and cities. in over half of the state of Oregon.
Yeah, because in the bill they're allowed to, municipalities or counties are allowed to say they have a ban on it. They're not allowed to do that everywhere else.
Now,
You want one? You want one?
oh yeah, whatever you. Oh, I get it. When Kush Queen says, "Do you want one?" you say yes.
That's right. Ready?
Let me have one. Let me have it. Oh, Kush Queen, that was so big.
It's pretty good, man. It's fucking tasty. Ooh, boy.
That was a giant.
Well, keep going. Don't let it go to fucking waste.
Yeah, I'm
Jesus.
gonna let it go to waste.
You can share me with someone else if you want, like Jared over there. Just
Jeremizzle.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Nice.
It's funner to say Jeremizzle than it is Jeremiah.
I like Jarawana.
Jarawana.
So, that's
My Jarawana.
very disappointing.
I was
if,
thinking Myrna when I hear it's like Myrnawana.
Call me anything you want, just not late for bong rip.
That's very disappointing if that is the case in Oregon.
Go behind the camera over there.
Like if they have actually banned it in half of the state, more than half of the state,
Oh, there's bans all over the states.
because of
lot of them
counties
tour.
and fucking city politicians. Oh my fucking god!
I
This
think
has
there's
got
a
to
band called
stop.
the Politicians.
Huh?
I think there is a band called the Politicians. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I wanted to see them, but they couldn't get across the border.
I wanted to see them, but the house was full.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of full house, we had a wonderful jam night last night in the
boy.
house. It was
See this? It was smoking like this.
especially nice because Fred, our
Queen was
friend,
putting up her Christmas tree last night.
our friend
That's why I
Fredibles
couldn't make
was
it,
able
sorry.
to come.
Yeah, Fred was able to show up, and it was it's
Our
fucking
friend
awesome to see
Fredibles
him.
is a man who's come to the jam for a very long time, and he always brings like a desk full of edibles and gives them out to everybody. And
Oh, we're talking about Fredible.
he had a heart attack and was in the hospital,
Right. And
but
For-
then he's
for-
out of
for
the
3 weeks.
hospital.
Yay!
Came
I'm so happy to hear that.
So
Glad
yeah,
you're
I guess
getting better.
he ended up smoking weed in his room with Neil. They he couldn't
crazy
get it.
story.
They had some problem with him doing it outside, and so the hospital actually ended up saying it'd be all right for him to smoke it in his room.
So they hotboxed his room
that
for 3 hours.
That was pretty good. The hospitals here, the hospitals here in Vancouver are fairly progressive and have generally made it easy to have access to marijuana if in fact you need it in the
That
hospital.
makes me very happy and proud.
I have,
Lacks in many other departments of the medical system, so it's
I had
nice
a-
to see that they're at least lenient in us getting real medicine
well,
like marijuana instead of their fucking crap pills. But
one
yeah,
time,
that's awesome.
one time I was in the hospital. I had to go to the hospital for some surgery, so I was in there the night before. You're not really in the hospital yet, but at that time in those years they had a room where you could smoke cigarettes. And so I'm sitting there having a cigarette, and a guy comes in and sits right across from me at the table who had no face. A car accident or whatever, and it wasn't like grisly, but he had no face. So anyway, he says to me eventually, he says, "Hey," he said, "some buddies just came by and left some weed with me." And he said, "Do you want to go outside and smoke some weed?" And I said, "Sure." So we went outside and smoked a joint and came back in, and we were in the bathroom or whatever. And he says, "Hey, buddy," he says, "you got to tell me." He said, "Do I smell like weed?" He says, "'Cause I got no nose." I said, "Yeah, dude, you smell like weed." We just
Freak.
that was my weed
Wow.
in the hospital story.
Wow.
But
Interesting.
yeah, the shit you run into in the world, eh? It was funny. So, in Tennessee, they've introduced a bill to legalize casual exchanges of marijuana.
I like that terminology.
Yes, the casual
Like this.
exchange.
Here you go. We're okay in Tennessee.
Yeah, they would like to
Good to know.
legalize the possession and casual exchange of a half ounce of cannabis.
It's casual exchange.
Casual exchange.
That's fucking legit in Tennessee.
Currently, possession of under a half ounce
It's
can
happened.
get you a year in jail for a half ounce in Tennessee at this point, and they would like to downgrade that to nothing. All right, this is the bill they've introduced.
That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good compromise. From all to nothing. I like it.
That's how it's done.
Now, the bill is
That's
being
Congo.
sponsored by Republican
Fucking tell.
Harold Love
Oh, I thought it was
And-
being sponsored by
and
Pabst
Senator
Blue Ribbon.
Jeff Yarbrough. You remember them from the 70s, that show, Jeff and Yarbrough?
Oh,
Love and Yarbrough.
Jeff.
I do.
How could I forget?
I do. Both
That's
of
right.
both of Nashville.
Not even born. You guys
No.
forget that I was
Great
born in
fucking-
1990, don't you? You do the math.
What drugs was I doing in 1990?
Hey, don't make me
The language of
sad.
casual
Look at her
exchange.
doing math. I can see it in her head.
So, yeah, casual exchanging is going to be okay in Tennessee soon. It appears somewhat vague, but seems to make a non-monetary weed donation legal. In other words, if you give an ounce of weed to a friend for a video game, you're abiding the law.
Yeah, you are. The bud barter system will be okay in Tennessee.
Depends on the video game for an ounce.
Well, for an ounce, I
That's
mean,
quite a lot of weed for
it's
a video
got to be
game.
some. Yeah,
Like, that's a video machine, maybe from the 80s.
I
or
don't know.
something.
I would give an ounce for
Pac-Man
like
or
a
Space
like,
Invaders.
I don't know about Space Invaders,
No.
but like maybe Berserk or something.
Berserk.
That was a great one.
Probably available pretty readily from anywhere.
Whatever. Can't download that.
Got it on my watch.
Can't download that. Whatever, man. It's a complicated game. Zaxxon.
So here's a...
the future graphics of
Zaxxon.
Zaxxon.
Do you remember the game Breakout from Atari? And it's like you shoot the little ball up at the pellets. Steve Jobs designed that game.
Sure he did.
He did.
He stole it off of some kid
Yeah,
that designed it and
ripped
said,
off
"You're-
a
that's
kid."
mine because you work for me, you puke. You want to keep your job?
Get out.
I like that
Yeah.
The
one.
rest of his business.
That's
job?
what Steve
you
Jobs
think you got
said.
a job? He said.
Do you like your fucking job? Guess what? I own all the jobs. It's my last name. You want to keep it?
Now, what do we got here? Here's another Canadian company that's licking their lips for legalization. Canadian, they're brewing infused, making those little pods for your Keurig coffee maker that's infused.
Pretty
All right.
serious idea there.
Yeah.
That's a money idea. There's like
Yeah, this is Can Cup, it's called, by a company called Can Trust.
can trust.
Yeah.
I don't with a
Which-
name like that. I don't think you can.
Yeah, that right away sent up a red flag to me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, they're doomed.
Is it owned by a Nixon?
It's like the ShopRite.
This is owned by a Nixon, yeah. No,
Makers of the Trust Me Kush.
Paul claims the marijuana won't affect the taste and is an estimated to $3 to $4 a pod. A pod. But Can Trust, which is based in Vaughan, Ontario, which is a hellhole of fucking just the wasteland of suburbia north of Toronto.
Does Canopy own those guys too?
Well,
Canopy Trust.
see, that's the thing, that the marijuana won't affect the taste, but it being made in Vaughan will.
Oh, that bitterness? No, it's just the pulp in the air from where we make it.
Oh, all the pollution that rises up from Toronto. Oh, my God. It just fucking goes right up there and goes to Vaughan. Straight there. But, you know, you're on your own there. But,
Same thing happens in Nanaimo at Harmac, where Tilray is.
yeah.
Matt.
The rise
That's
of the
why the weed
pollution.
sucks. In my
So-
opinion.
Here's what Paul says from Can Trust Paul. He said, we're ready to go, other than the fact that we need...
Ready to go. I really like that voice. That was great.
That's
really
probably
good.
how he said it, too.
It's totally how he said it.
Paul's bumped.
Say it again. That was great. That was
He,
good. That bad. Fuck.
He says, we're ready to go, other than the fact that we need approval from Health Canada.
Other than that, we don't even care about that. We're ready to go.
Yeah.
We're ready to go, but we don't have approval. We got ready to go before we got approval. But we're ready to go. Paul, who is a trained pharmacist, then
Okay, wait.
Then,
Not a licensed pharmacist, but a trained pharmacist.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I know some guys that were trained as pharmacists too, but they were trained in this little hotel.
yeah.
Fucking-
Wow.
Boy.
Paul then balanced a beach ball on his nose.
nice.
A very well trained pharmacist. So now that's what's going on in Vaughan to get your infused coffee right away. Get the fuck out of here. Nor did Paul mention ever once about having anyone released from prison while he's waiting.
Oh, yeah.
Paul the alien. That's who he is.
Now,
I've seen that movie.
here's a disturbing new study. A new study on marijuana use warns the high-potent strains of the drug available on the market today could cause... Guess what? Guess what it could cause.
Colombia. Did I get it right?
No.
Damn it.
It could cause brain damage or even lead to psychosis.
Which is...
This is a new study.
Which is what everybody is already.
Huh?
Yeah.
And
It leads to gout if you eat it if you have enough pizza with it.
a recent study conducted by King's College in London and Sapienza in Roma,
Say this again.
Roma.
a recent study conducted, has found
In where?
that
Where?
so-called
Roma.
Rome?
so-called skunk-like cannabis can have a damaging effect
They don't have skunk in Rome.
on your brain. Skunk-like. I'm sure you're confused like anybody would be. So they said
They got lots
first.
of amnesia in Rome.
I'm actually, yeah.
So then they said first, let's go over exactly what skunk-like weed is.
All right. I'd love to hear this.
Skunk-like cannabis refers to high-potency marijuana that contains a larger amount of tetrahydrocannabinol compared to around a decade ago.
This was a study done in Rome?
In fact, here's the most important fact.
I don't think that's how it was said.
Yeah.
Roma.
I think it was said more like, "Hey, this skunk-like cannabis is a more, it's a more different than they are the kinds of the weed that they're smoking, and then different from the 10 years ago. And however they say it in the way they write is the way it's going to be
In
printed.
Roma.
Yes.
You're going to read that way, not the way I say. Okay."
Okay.
Okay.
See.
Like my friend from Rome said. But the most important fact about this warning is that it's skunk-like marijuana products are thought to be the most common form of cannabis in the United Kingdom.
Ba-ba-ba. Was that good?
So if you're looking for that skunk weed, you go to the UK, man. It's all over the place.
Yeah,
It's the British invasion.
that's right. Flights are booked solid to the United Kingdom. Nobody even knows
stanky
where
UK
that
dank.
is.
No one even knows where that is.
I watch game shows in the morning. Americans, when it comes to geography questions, they go pass. They have no fucking idea where
Where's
any
the United
place
Kingdom?
is.
Pass.
Really. They offer them trips around the world to different places on prices right, and they have to be so very specific. They usually show a plane flying from a picture of the United States to a picture of Spain. Barcelona
Yeah.
is in way over there. It's not in fucking Alabama. Right? Oh, it's sad, but that's just on Prices Right.
Love that show.
So
7 a.m.
Love
every morning.
Barcelona.
here's the thing about it now is that this brain damage that they're saying, they said if you look at the corpus callosum,
The
Which-
corpus callosum.
the corpus callosum,
Sì.
which of course everyone knows what that is.
Capisce.
Yeah, it's a broad
Okay,
band of
now
nerve
we're going to
fibers.
continue.
But- what's that?
It's a broad band of nerve fibers joining the two hemispheres of the brain.
Yes, this is very good. This is a very good statement from the girl. She make it the proper scientific term.
Or as we like to say, holy fuck, she knew it.
She did.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
The corpus callosum is a broad band of nerve fibers joining the two hemispheres of the brain. Those would be what? The left and east.
Yeah. I thought it was some
Right.
kind of skunk that they have in the UK.
Skunk-like.
Corpus callosum? It's like a critical cross, isn't it?
Yeah. The two.
Critical cross to cheese, back cross to...
I thought it was like a dog there or
Whoa.
something.
No. This would be like joining the two skunk-like hemispheres of the brain. So, this is interesting. The front portion of the corpus callosum has been reported to be significantly larger in musicians.
I got a big one.
Callosum
Oh my
is
god, I love it.
And even more significant,
Size matters.
even more
Fuck Kush Queen, I'm the
significant,
size
it
queen. Just
is
kidding.
it is more than 11% larger in left-handed people. So,
Left-handed.
I'm not left-handed, man.
Yep. An interesting thing, the corpus callosum.
You're not.
Now, here's all they said in the actual, in the...
I can do that too.
You're ambidextrous, dude. Do that again?
Can you do this? Hang on.
See. Check this out. I can light my joint with the left hand.
Yeah. And then grab it with your right? No, you can't.
Ooh, look at the...
Oh.
Ambi-fucking-dextrous.
Mind. Whoa.
Yeah. Look at
You're so talented, Al.
the north
So cool.
north
That's-
paws thinking that they're ambidextrous.
I haven't even found the beginning of my talents yet.
No, it's he's the tip of his ambidexterity, if you will, is showing.
There's absolutely no beginning to my talents.
Yeah. Now, the only thing they actually said in this study is what we're seeing is a significant difference between that corpus callosum and between people who use skunk-like cannabis and people who use non-skunk-like cannabis.
I like.
So,
I don't know.
got to get me some of that skunk-like
I just like
cannabis.
cannabis.
I don't want the skunk-like cannabis. I want the fucking skunky, danky, ranky,
I like stank.
That's right.
Yeah. The
The dankiest of the stankiest.
Hope you all got the skunk-like cannabis out there today. So, Washington, D.C., marijuana arrests have plummeted.
Oh.
If I could use the word
Plummeted.
The cops
even more
must be
frankly.
panicking.
Plummeted.
Last year in, Last year no, 2011, 2,346 people were arrested for marijuana in Washington, D.C. They approved marijuana legalization in 2014. That number has gone down to 7. Only.
Wow. That is a huge
Wow.
fucking difference.
Thumbs up.
Wow to that.
Down
yeah,
to 7.
absolutely.
The only disturbing factor about that is that out of the 7 arrests, the only disturbing thing about that is that out of the 7 arrests, 8 of the people were black.
He's got a good nose.
8
of them?
8
Yeah.
of them were black.
So,
Jesus Christ.
so
No, actually, I think it was Jimmy Fallon.
see, that's how the high quality of humor you get here on the From Under the Seed desk. They're comparing it to Jay Leno and Jimmy Fallon here at the desk. Yeah, like these guys could come up with this shit so fast. Took me, well, I can't tell
I'm
you.
studying. Pretty good.
God, I smoke while I study.
Whatever.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it helps me study
I'm
when I
ambidextrous and I
smoke.
needed both hands.
Good point.
Now, here's a guy down in Lakeland, Florida, who pulled up to another car at a gas station and offered to sell the man marijuana, who actually turned out to be an undercover cop. He pulls up to these guys out of the blue in the whole fucking state of Florida.
Out of the blue.
Really? So,
They all just stepped out of the walls. They were all wearing this like colored
Yeah.
suit, blending into the tree. One was a tree. One was the
Yeah.
light post.
They're
One
a-
was part of the car, including the tire. You know, it was just out of the blue.
the guy's name was Ortiz. He was arrested and booked, and the article says it isn't clear if Ortiz has an attorney. You go, no, this is not a guy who has an attorney. I don't think he's driving up to cops.
Left it at home.
Yeah. Here's a family in Arlington, Texas. They received a package. It's not unusual to receive packages on your doorstep during the holiday shopping season. But when that unsuspecting package contains 7 pounds of marijuana, well, that's a little odd and disconcerting.
A little. And a little smelly. That's
The dogs might notice.
But that's what happened to an Arlington family. Now, here's what's disconcerting, that anyone can leave a fucking package outside your house. Like, really? In the world of your constant worry of terrorism in the United States, you'll let people just leave a fucking box outside your house and drive away? That's more disconcerting to me, but at any rate. No return address on the package. Arlington Police Department spokesman, Chris. They found a green leafy substance.
What if it was basil?
Constable Chris said the house had been vacant for a while before the family moved in. Huh? How do you know that?
What the fuck is that supposed to be?
So the Arlington police seized the package and turned over the investigation to the U.S. Postal Service. The investigation of marijuana being left in front of somebody's house is turned over by the police back to the post office. You guys investigate it. Chris said this is not the first time this has ever happened. We know there are illicit activities that occur in the U.S. mail. That's what the in the U.S. mail. That's what the cop said.
Well, as long as they keep putting it back in the
Yeah.
No, you guys take it from here.
Yeah, I just put it back in the mail. Maybe the guy who sent it to that place will get it back somehow. Hey, that was my weed. Yeah. So I don't know.
That's funny.
That's all I got too.
No.
Yeah.
Come on.
Buds. Hi,
Yeah, because
baby.
there's a difference between
Hi,
the
buds.
broad band of nerve fibers joining the two hemispheres of my brain than there is
Meow,
in
meow.
the people who don't smoke
meow.
the skunk-like cannabis that I have. I'm blessed to be close to very good growers of skunk-like cannabis.
Yes. Amen.
Oh, man. I had skunk-like cannabis yesterday. That was so good.
I smoked a bunch of skunk-like cannabis yesterday. This morning, too.
I was psychotic.
I'm about to smoke
all
some.
night.
I'm about to go do a
skunk-like
photo
right
shoot with some
This
skunk-like
is like-
cannabis.
Well,
Yeah,
a
I'm
photo
pretty
shoot
excited.
coming up of Kush
kind of
Queen.
kush was
Maybe
this?
we'll
Is
get
this
to see
Kush?
that.
Yeah, I'll have some photos.
Really?
It'll be up on my social media, my Facebook and stuff.
Well, look for that in the
And
future.
if I get a really good one that I like, I think I
Chemo
might
Kush.
print some on a T-shirt. So
So next
wanna
week we're
wear me
having
on your
our
chest.
I think the chemo kush.
we're having our Christmas party next Wednesday.
I'll be here.
So we'll have to see about
Christmas
whether or not
party?
we end up doing a show.
Oh my god!
Next week's not
I'm
Christmas.
so excited.
We could
when
do the
next-
show at
that's
the
when
party.
Christmas party is.
Maybe
Well, no, doesn't the party start
Do
at
a
like
party
7?
Well, isn't that just a next week party?
that's like
Well,
next.
Christmas party would be like
Yeah, the
Christmas.
fifth
He
week,
just called it a Christmas party.
the 17
me.
days,
Christmas themed next
Get
week
off
party.
my back, Al. Just kidding.
17
He likes
days
to
of
be on
Christmas.
Like that at all.
So we'll see what goes on next week. I don't know if we'll be here for a show.
Are we having
Should I wear
guests?
should I wear my like Mrs. Claus outfit?
Yeah.
Sakes, just the hat.
And then we'll see how many guys show up as Santa. Yeah. No, me. I'll
Oh.
show up as Santa.
Like, no, I'm not going as Santa
No,
Claus.
you
I'm
wouldn't
going
wanna
as
go
Mrs. Claus.
Mistress Claus.
Yeah, Mistress
Mistress
Claus. A very
Claus.
naughty fucking Mistress Claus.
Well,
Meow.
some discussion. We'll be in the writer's room all night trying to figure this
Yeah.
one out. I gotta figure
No
it out.
doubt.
Anyway, we've just been rambling.
Man,
I don't know.
supposed to be
Just rambling.
He's got one in his hand, man.
Jared hasn't got one in his hand.
Jared,
His is
get over
almost
here.
over. It's
He knows
like-
the queen doesn't stand up to pass him a joint.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, fairly stoned as usual. I hope everybody else out there got a little bit stoned while we rambled on. But
Drunken love.
very skunk-like. It's
Skunk-like.
fucking everywhere.
Hey, what's your weed like? Skunk.
Skunk-like.
Same.
Skunk-like number one.
Or the one in the hat.
All right. Well, let's get the hell out of here.
Where?
Here.
We're getting the hell out of here?
Yep.
If we
Holy
can.
crap, what the?
I don't know how we're going to do that, but
I gotta go. I gotta
we'll
go to my
get
shoot.
hell out of here somehow.
Gotta go hit the
Off to
traffic.
our shoot.
All right.
Off to hit rush hour.
Thanks for joining us today, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Al, the Alchemist,
Thanks for having me.
Kush the Queen,
Thank you, thank you.
Jer, the
Maya?
Jarawana.
Yeah. And all of our friends and family in the house, and our best to Rose, who's still recuperating. She'll be back joining us soon, I would think. And peace out there to Guppy and Fredibles. Hoping everybody stays healthy and safe. So thanks a lot for watching. Tune in next week and all week long. Jared's show's on Friday coming up, 4 o'clock. Look,
Just some Nanaimo news, I'm sure.
Awesome.
look in on Redbeard on Saturday. He'll be blowing some glass. And McMahon, Marley, Carly Marley on Monday, 4 o'clock, all those shows. So join us if you can. Check them in the reruns if you can't. But thanks for joining in the chat. Peace to
Everyone.
Green Supreme. There's Professor Ziggy. Another great skunk-like show, that's right.
It was a good skunk-like show.
Yeah, I think so. Look for some skunk-like food now.
Yeah.
Ooh, food.
Okay, I'm out of
I
here.
got 2 more drinks and then I can eat.
So, I'm Marijuana Man. Thanks for coming in. Peace. And skunk-like cannabis.
Bye-bye.